Giorgi Vancko has an American father and a Georgian mother. He lives with his parents and two younger brothers in the Netherlands. He's only 13, but is considered a savior for disabled residents at the House of Virtues. Star Wayne met with him and asked him why.
Please tell us, how did you first start your charity?
Well, in July 2017, on my summer vacation, I went to Georgia.
For your summer vacation?
Yeah.
Yes.
And that is when I went there, I wanted to help, my home country, Georgia. And so I asked my mom about, this topic, and we found a handicapped home close to where we were staying. And so when we drove up there, and I saw that in this handicapped home, there were 25, mentally and or physically ill people. So some people in wheelchairs, and they had a couple of problems. So at interviews, I asked them what they needed, and so they said washing machine. They were buying water, so water was also a problem, and a change of their roof.
And change of their roof. Mm-hmm. Do you go to Georgia often before last year?
Yeah, well, I go there normally around harvest in October. I go in the summer, and last year we went in February to ski at a resort in Georgia. So I did go there a couple of times, and each time we went, I also visited, to give them like an update on what's going on. And so, for example, when we went in the harvest in October, I had raised enough money to buy them the washing machine
that they needed.
So that was the first step, and from then on, we started raising money and continuing to raise money.
You're continuing to raise money, and then from that money, what have you contributed for them in this house? Yeah,
so after October, I got back to Netherlands, and that's when I really started the charity. I got it registered in the KVK in the Netherlands, and
you went back to the Netherlands for school.
Mm-hmm. That's right. And at school, I did some presentations. I got some help from friends, teachers, and a lot of support from family. And we raised and when I went to ski in February. And when I went to ski, we had raised up to 10,000 euros, and that was enough to start, the drilling of a well, a 150-meter well, for them to have, independent supply of water from the ground.
How did you approach your teachers and friends back in the Netherlands? Because you had to introduce Georgia, and then you had to introduce the problems that these people are facing. How did you do that?
Well, I've been going to the International School of Amsterdam for 5 years, and a lot of people know me that I'm Georgian. I've told a lot of people about it. So, a lot of people already had, an introduction or like a basic understanding of Georgia and, where it is on the map. So then I did a presentation in front of the middle school, and I told them, the problems they had, what kind of house it was. I showed them pictures. And
did you hold your own presentation, or was this like a school assembly?
Oh, it was a school assembly, and so I went up in front of 400 middle schoolers, and I told them about it, and so basically that's where it started. And by the time I did the presentation, the charity was also, the foundation was also already up and running.
Yes.
So that's, the money started to come in at a, pretty fast rate. And by February, we were able to raise, up to 10, 11,000 and drill them a well.
As someone who's very young, what would you like to say to those who are also young, just like you, who would like to also help people, just like you, but with very limited to probably zero resources available?
Well, everything counts. So, you can either start a charity of your own, or, maybe if you spread the word, the word really gets around, and then you start to get into newspapers, and, or, just basic fundraising, you can do anything to, start up. And once the charity's up and running, then it flows by itself, because the word gets around, newspapers, and then you start to make brochures, and it starts to really run after starting it off.
That means all you have to do is just start.
Yeah. Just go for it.
Just go for it. That's what you'd like to say to everyone out there. And what would you like to say to the Indonesian youth?
Well, so
as someone who's half Georgian, half American, and who has also visited and stayed in Asia?
Well, yeah, it's really great, you know, and just do your own thing, basically, you know. So just, you know, do whatever you want to, and, you know, try and, you know, keep your choices on the right track too, and, you know, just follow your heart, I guess.
Follow your heart. And next, where is your heart taking you? What's the next project?
The next project is we have to change the roof of this handicapped home. So we bought the washing machine and we drilled a well. And the third and final project will be to, now they have their roof isn't good, so, you know, the water leaks into the house, and then they end up replacing furniture or having to buy new furniture. So basically we just have to, we have to raise another 10,000 euros, and then we can change the roof and I think
Fix
fix
their
well
homes.
yeah, then all the projects will be pretty much the main projects for their house will be done. And then now that they're saving water, you know, they're saving money.
Yes.
Because they get like a certain, like, you know, small fee from the government, you know, per day. And now they don't have to pay money to the water. When I visited, they were also able to use that money for the renovating, like inside the house. You know, they, you know, painted the walls, and, you know,
They can use it for other improvements of their daily lives. And
yeah.
they continue to do that.
Coming up on World News, the final movie from Robert Redford, The Old Man and the Gun.